Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Gia Marone. I'm president of Women Grow, and welcome to December. Can you believe it? We're here, and December brings the holiday season, and we are so excited to bring to you our celebration of women in cannabis. And we're celebrating women in cannabis small businesses. And that's our way of lending our support and encouraging you, our viewers, our followers, our community, to shop small and to shop women-owned small businesses this holiday season. And so we're excited about today's conversation, and look for more. We have a whole month of these discussions where we're offering our platform to these amazing women, and they'll explain to you and share with you their businesses, their holiday offers, and where you can find them and follow them. But before we get into that conversation, I'm really honored that today's conversation is being powered by Curaleaf. And we've been working with Curaleaf for the last year, and they've been incredible partners with us in helping to support and bring more of these businesses into the industry. And so Women Grow joined a Curaleaf's Rooted in Good program, which allows us to extend further support to women-owned businesses. What does that mean? Well, when we understand and know that there's a business that's looking to expand their reach, there are opportunities through companies like Curaleaf where you'll be able to apply for programs such as Rooted in Good and through 420 by 25, which our guest today, who is director of CSR, which is corporate social responsibility, that's Rahim Agda, and he will come on shortly to explain exactly what that program means, how you, the business owner, can apply and perhaps be considered to participate in the program. And we've got a number of guests today who are actually participants in that program as well. And if you see yourself in one of those business owners, that means it's speaking to you, and it's an opportunity for you to take advantage of the program possibilities. And so I'd love to bring on Rahim. Where are you, Rahim? There you are. Hi. How are you? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
I wore my snowflake for you.
I love it. Thank you.
You know, because I know you're in really cold climates, and I'm here in New York, and we're getting there, but not there just yet.
It was a very warm 45 degrees today. So.
Ooh, it's like almost swimwear weather.
Exactly.
So listen, I thank you so much for always being a continued partner. We appreciate Curaleaf and your partnership. We love the program. Rooted in Good has been so great to us and our Women Grow community. And what we continue to find through this is just limitless opportunities, right? And I love it because this is a program that continues to build, and we look forward to next year. But today we have some incredible women that we know you all also have relationships with as well. And it allows our viewers and our followers to understand what some of these women-owned businesses are doing in the industry, how they're able to get support from your company, Curaleaf, and what you all are doing across the country, with which we've been able to get some of our incredible women in the space as well. And then we've got an incredible moderator, of which you know as well, Kibra Smith-Bolden, who is not only our Women Grow rep in Connecticut, but she also has her company, Canna Health. But before we get started there, as we're encouraging people to shop diverse, shop small, shop women owned, can we talk a little bit more about what 420 by 25 is?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think fundamentally 420 by 25 is about us trying to crack the code on how we can increase diversity in the cannabis industry. Our team very early on recognized that entering the license space is not only incredibly expensive, but incredibly competitive. And that can often make it difficult for folks to enter the space. However, there's a huge amount of money flowing in through the ancillary market, through the supporting market of cannabis that does not require for folks to have that high capital investment. It allows them to open a more traditional style business, but still take advantage of everything that's happening in this moment regarding legalization and plant medicine. And we really wanted to champion that for the industry. If there's this opportunity for other people to also get a bite at the apple, we want to see how many people we can get to the apple. So we've been working very diligently over the last year with Women Grow and a few other partners to try to just diversify the cannabis supply chain as much as possible. I'm very proud that a number of the folks that are going to be on the show are folks that we have put on shelves at Curaleaf stores. I think when I think about the opportunity that we have as a business, it's that we have the scale, particularly for ancillary product, to put folks in a number of physical locations that they may not have had access to prior. And we do live in a fortunate age where you can shop a number of things online, but there's a wonderful space in the customer journey as they're shopping cannabis where they can be introduced to product and ancillary product and really be converted.
And oftentimes that's exactly what business owners are looking for, right? It's just that opportunity to expand their reach and to have options in doing so. And so what are some of the companies, before we get to our showcase today, but can you give us some examples of some companies that are participating in your program?
Yeah, we recently just sort of kicked off our retail highlights with a number of partners here in Chicago, like Session, UU, and a few others that we're looking forward to working with in the coming year as well. But we're just ever expanding. I think honestly, if folks are interested in the opportunity, we are actively in the moment where we're trying to redefine the category. So please reach out if you're interested. Please reach out through the Women Grow portal. And let's start having these connections and having these conversations, because I think there's a great opportunity as we move forward.
Absolutely. And for those who are tuning in, please know that in the chat or in the comments of each platform, someone will be dropping the link if you're interested in reviewing the application. Also, if you go to our Instagram, in our bio, the application option is there as well. And then following the show, because we're not giving up on you, right? And we're going to keep at it to make sure that you know that this opportunity speaks to you. We'll make sure to post the link to the application in our timeline. So at this point, there's no excuse for you to not find this information, as well as I think the link is available. Isn't it available on the Curaleaf website as well?
It is, yes.
And where can they find that?
Oh,
I'm testing you.
You put me on the spot. I will say start your journey at curaleaf.com/rooted in good, and then navigate your way through the social equity section.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And so again, if you're tuning in, know that the links will be dropped there. We've heard and seen your comments. How can I participate? How can I get involved? this is why we were asking you to wait until then. Like, we're going to have more gems to share with you, not only today, but in the coming days and weeks ahead. And please know that Women Grow recognizes the holiday season from December 1st all the way through January 6th. Why? Because January 6th is Three Kings, and very much our Latino community celebrates Three Kings. And so don't just let the holiday shopping end just on Christmas. You need to keep that support going all the way through. And so I'd love to, before we pass the mic over to Kibra, if you can quickly just describe for us, Raheem, what supplier diversity is.
Yeah, so as I think through what supplier diversity is, it's being intentional with your dollars, and how you can make community impact off of that, right? So that allows us to build relationships with community members, instead of going with large conglomerates. I like to think local, how we can impact things on a local scale. I often tell our store managers they can participate in supplier diversity just by hiring catering from a local caterer. It is as simple as that. It's every dollar that's being spent intentionally, just to ensure that we are bringing as many people in the community along with us as possible.
And that's exactly it, right? It's not just products themselves. It's also our service providers that are there to support businesses like yours, as well as the businesses that we're going to bring on today, right? It's really just continuing to increase that footprint of diverse businesses across the board. So thank you so much, Raheem. And now we've got to get started on this showcase. And so this is the first. Today we're presenting to you CannaBusiness Holiday Showcase, where we're bringing, I think it's about 4 women owned businesses to our platform today, but including our moderator, who is also not only, as I said, a Women Grow rep in the state of Connecticut, but she also has her own company, Canna Health. And I'd love to bring on Kibra Smith.
Hi.
Hey, Kibra, how are you? I was like, is she there? How are you? It's so good to see you.
It's good to be here. Good to see you too. Hi, Raheem.
And we see your signage in the background. And
Yeah.
before we turn over the showcase and highlight our guest today, can you tell us a little bit about Canna Health, please?
Sure. My name is Kibra Smith Bolden, and I'm the CEO and founder of Canna Health. We are medical cannabis certifying centers. We started in Connecticut, where I'm from, born and raised in New Haven, and expanded throughout the state and then are now national. And we certify medical cannabis patients here in the state of Connecticut and across the country, and educate people about cannabis and the opportunities that exist in the legal market and cannabis business, and just connecting people with resources to be successful in this industry, either as patients or as business owners.
And that's exactly it. And that's why I wanted you to share that, and why I thought it was so important. We both thought it was so important for you to be a moderator today, because you're yet another example of how you are a supplier, a diverse supplier in this industry. And you're also an entrepreneur. And you also are creating business opportunities for other women and men in the industry. And so we thank you so much. We're going to pass the mic over to you and introduce this amazing showcase. Thank you so much. I'll be back at the end, guys, but thank you again, Kibra. Raheem, you and I, let's go talk offline about some more things that we're going to do in the new year.
All right.
Okay, sorry about that. The internet connection just totally went out on me, but that's what happens in this age. Oh, I
No
am so
worries.
excited to moderate this panel today because I'm on a panel with some of my friends and sheroes, and one of them is Miss Whitney over here, who is also my birthday twin.
Yes, lady.
Hi.
It's been way too long. How are you?
How you doing?
Hanging in there. So excited to be here with you today.
Oh my goodness, my sound is all messed up. But I think you said you're doing good. And
Let's
I'm
go
very
with that.
excited about all the things that you got going on. So I want to hear, we all want to hear about you and what you've done in this industry, how you blaze trails and have really been doing some amazing things. So Whitney, tell us about you and thank you for being here.
Ooh, let's see. Hi, my name is Whitney Beatty. I am CEO of the Apothecarry case, which is a company that I started back in 2015. And the easiest way for me to describe what Apothecarry does is that, you know, people keep wine in wine fridges, they keep liquor in bars, you keep cigars in humidors, and most people keep their high-end cannabis in a shoebox under their beds. And that does not make sense to me. And so I designed Apothecarry cases, which are sleek and sexy storage and humidity solutions for cannabis connoisseurs. I've been in this space for 7 years. Working with Apothecarry. This has been a really exciting year for us, besides being able to join this with Curaleaf. We also have our very first physical location in Los Angeles as the cover store for Josephine and Billy's, which is my dispensary that just opened. So it's been a really great year for us. And we're super excited to keep the momentum going. And I don't know if you can actually hear me or not, because I know that you got problems, but I did bring one just so people can see what the heck I'm talking about when I say an Apothecarry case. And this is one of ours. This is our limited edition case. And it literally is a place to keep cannabis. So we've got 4 humidity controlled jars in there, 4 dab jars that people can use to store dabs in. We've got a beautiful joint blunt holder. These are the jars. You can see they have rewritable labels on there. And then on the other side, which is kept completely separate from this one so we don't have cross-contamination, you've got a tray, a grinder, a nook where you can use to hold your lighters, all those other cool things. And most importantly, for parents or anyone else who doesn't want other people in their stuff, you've got a key and combination lock right there.
Nice. Unfortunately, my sound is completely messed up. I was oohing and eyeing as you were going through the box because it looked cute and it looked like it was great stuff in there, but I had no idea what you were saying.
I love it. I was saying some stuff. It's all good. It is all good. Don't even worry about it.
I mean, you look beautiful. That box looked real nice.
I will say that Apothecarry right now for the holidays, we are doing a promotion, 20% off all of our cases on our website. So please stop by, check us out at www.theapothecarycase.com. It's our biggest sale of the year, and we'd love to have people support us that way.
I'm currently telling Tanya or Gia that they have to take over because I can't hear you, so we can't even really have a good conversation.
I could just make up things to say about myself. Don't even worry about it. I think I got that point out. I'll say that Apothecarry has been a partner with Curaleaf for the last year. They've been a fantastic partner. We've done amazing custom work with them, which has been really amazing for our business. And they have been a fantastic opportunity for us to build our business and to gain more markets. And I see that it is time for me to pass the mic over to Esther. So let's do that. Esther?
Oh, I'm alone. Hi, everyone. My name is Esther LeNoir Ramirez. I'm the CEO and one of the founders of Session Goods. We are a modern cannabis accessory brand. So what does that mean? Essentially, we create products that we say feel more like home goods than paraphernalia, looking at shapes that are more indicative of barware, of water vessels, decanters. We launched our line in 2018. Probably our most famous piece would be our bong. The focus is creating products that not only look beautiful and fit in a modern home, but are really functional in the sense of really easy to clean, easy to maintain. Prior to cannabis, I started my career as an apparel designer and, was doing fashion for a long time and really just fell in love with the community and the collaborative aspect of the cannabis industry and joined and have been working in the space since 2014. Um, Session has been around, like I said, since 2018. We have been slowly adding more pieces to the mix as we've grown. Currently, we just closed our big sale of the year for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but we are doing a month-wide sale on our little hand pipe, which this is our little hand pipe. This piece is made to also come with a little carry sleeve that comes in a multitude of colors. So you can pack a bowl and take it to go and just kind of pop it out. It also protects it while you're on wherever you're going throughout your day. But our pipes right now are running at $35. They're normally $40. And then closer to Christmas, we're going to be doing a didn't get what you wanted for Christmas, you should buy yourself a bong sale. So keep an eye out. You can see any of those things at sessiongoods.com. On any of our social handles, which are at the same name. And we are also really excited to be a part of Curaleaf and really excited to be able to take the time to talk to Women Grow today.
Hi, everyone. My name is Laura Beohner. I am the president and the co-founder of the Healing Rose Company. I'm also the co-founder and director of the Massachusetts Hemp Coalition. The Healing Rose is a certified organic hemp cannabinoid wellness company. We focus a lot on body care products, so things like salves, bath soaks, lip balms, roll-on oils, massage oils. And then we also offer a line of tinctures where we have both CBD and CBG tinctures, soon to have CBN tinctures as well. Like I mentioned, we are USA certified organic, so every single carrier oil, essential oil, butter, wax, herb that we use in all of our products are USDA certified organic. We're based in Newburyport, Massachusetts. We are in about 150 retail locations across the United States. And here in Massachusetts, as of May this year, we have been able to sell into Massachusetts dispensaries as an accessory product. And we're in about 50, I think over 50 locations now for dispensaries here in Massachusetts. So yeah, we do a lot of manufacturing, all of our manufacturing here. And our products are really mindful in what we pair with cannabinoids. So we use really purposely chosen herbs, essential oils, our carrier oils and things like that are really purposely chosen and to have the maximum benefit. And we've been around for 5 years as well. So we're coming up on our 5-year anniversary next week. So really excited to be joining everyone here. I started with Women Grow Boston in early 2016. So Women Grow is just super special to me and how I've met so many women in this incredible industry. Oh, holiday specials. As well touch base on that, sorry. You can find all of our products available at thehealingroseco.com. We have holiday bundles that are close to 50% off. We have 3 of those. We're also running sales all throughout the end of the year and through the holidays. So feel free to check us out.
Hello, my name is Meryl Montgomery. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Barbari. We are a cannabis brand for the mild high. So we started out with our non-infused herbal blends. That's really what we're known for and what our bread and butter is, as we say. So these are, like Laura was mentioning, we bring in different botanicals that are non-cannabis, but equally as productive and as ancient as our favorite green friend. And they're all effect-based. So the idea is that you can mix it in with your own dose of cannabis so that you can really control how high you get. But then in addition to that, because they're effect formulated, you can control the type of high that you feel. So we have 3 different blends on the market, and we're so excited. We've been able to really grow that product line, or sold in both dispensaries as well as mainstream retailers. Keep an eye out on Urban Outfitters. We actually just got those herbal blends into Urban Outfitters online, which we're so psyched about. We're their only smokable product available in their little smoke shop. And so we're so honored to be able to bring the cannabis space into that mainstream retailer through our non-cannabis products. So we're pumped about it. From there, we grew into some CBD pre-rolls. So each of those herbal blends we've mixed with our own dose of organically grown, sun-grown hemp farmed out in Bend, Oregon. And then we also have our THC product line. So like our CBD line, we took those same 3 core herbal blends and we've created an individually dosed pre-roll. So each pre-roll is between 5 to 10% THC. So the idea is that you can smoke the entire thing, not have to hold on to a half smoked joint anymore and stink up your purse or car or wherever you're smoking, and really be able to use cannabis as a productive ingredient to your life. That's what we're all about. We have been, my co-founder and I and our community, we are avid cannabis consumers and we use it every day like we do coffee and tea to really help us achieve goals. And so these herbal blends are a supporting act for that, and they can help really help us achieve whatever goals we're looking to use cannabis for that day. In terms of our offers, I'm actually really excited about our bundles this year. So we've teamed up with other women-owned cannabis brands. They're all small businesses as well. So we brought on 5, I believe it's 5, it might actually even be 6, women-owned cannabis brands that are ranged from our friends at Potly, which do CBD infused honey. We've got CBD cookies that are dipped in chocolate, amazing hand-rolled craft hemp blunts, and we've paired them with a Barbari product. And so we've offered these at about a 20% discount, and those are available until we sell out. But our goal is to get through all of them, obviously, before the end of the year. But we're so happy to be able to join forces with other women-owned companies and really make this holiday season something to remember. Until the 15th, right up until that shipping deadline, because we want to make sure everyone gets their goods before that dreaded shipping deadline. We are offering a free pack of rolling papers, our mild high rolling papers, for all orders over $55. So that's on all products, not just our holiday bundles. So check us out. We can be found at barbarishop.com. That's BARBARISHOP.com. And thank you so much for Women Grow and for Curely for having us here, and excited to be joining this amazing group of panelists.
Oh, we're all back, huh? Okay.
Are you good, Kibra, in terms of your
yes, I can hear you. It was only Whitney that was a problem. Everybody else was good.
Okay. Well, I'm still here to back you up and support you.
Thank you.
So why don't you go ahead with the questions? But if you have any challenges, I'm here. Look, we're not perfect, but we're as good as we're going to get. We're bringing.
That's right. Well, I wanted to kind of say hello to everybody, but Laura was like one of my, most excited panelist I wanted to talk to because A, I love her products and the Healing Rose, but B, Laura just became the mother of twins.
Yes.
And, so how, so that just segues into the next thing, that as women in business, we have extra challenges, extra things we have to do. We're multitasking. And so how did your transition into cannabis happen? And then also maybe talk about how the challenges of being a mother and, building a business and working a business in this industry.
Yeah, sure. So I first fell in love with cannabis when I was 18. I realized there was an industry when I was 23. Went out to Denver and realized, I went to a High Times Cup and realized, oh my gosh, this is going to be an industry. Then went to business school and just had my sights set on being a cannabis entrepreneur for a long time. So this has been like my dream to be in this industry. In terms of how it's been being a mother, I didn't do a maternity break. I'm exactly a month today since I had the twins. I've got one in my lap right now.
Well, let us see her. Come on now. This is what us mothers do. We do meetings with the baby. Oh, hi. Who's that?
This is Brooke.
Hi, Brooke.
Yeah, they're adorable.
Yeah, congratulations again. But so how has it been? I mean, I know like there's been so many challenges in the last few years, and I'll actually open this up to all the ladies, with COVID and running your business. How have you had to pivot? What challenges have you seen, and what do you think was special because you're a woman in business?
Yeah, I mean, I can touch base on that really quickly and then pass it off. But since the pandemic's been quite the challenge. We focused a lot on direct to consumer after that pivot. We did a lot of retail before that. And then when all these stores are shut down, places were closing, we really tried to focus on direct to consumer. And then, like I mentioned kind of in my intro, recently we've been able to sell into Massachusetts dispensaries. And that's just been incredible for our business. I mean, I'm really grateful that Massachusetts now allows for that. But it's difficult. You got to be ready to pivot in this space. You got to be always ready to kind of be disappointed. I'd say just running a business in general, it's so up and down. It's such a roller coaster. So just staying positive, being ready to pivot, and just being organized, I think goes a long way too with running a business.
Mm-hmm. What about you other ladies? Laura's motherhood is a new thing, but some of you all have dealt with the challenges throughout your building of the business and getting to this point. So what are the challenges that you've faced, and COVID especially? Add that to the conversation.
I mean, I can speak as a mom who just literally hissed at her child right there, as my like his school's back on virtual because someone in his class tested positive. You've got to be able to pivot on a moment's notice. My office is now located in a dispensary, and they don't really smile on bringing children into dispensaries these days. So that means you got to move everything and back working from home, and you have to be able to pivot and move and think on your feet. And it's critical, especially when you have a kid. I mean, we worked back to back since middle of kindergarten to the beginning of second grade here at home, which was crazy. COVID definitely presented challenges on both of my business fronts. For Apothecarry, we got hit by customs at the top of COVID. And had a huge order seized by customs, which, is just a business ending sort of issue for a lot of us. And regardless of the fact that I live in a state that is legal and operate a business that I can ship in 50 states, I still have gotten my stuff seized, and I still have not gotten it back. It is a financial, issue that becomes a huge, problem. But on the other side of that, even through those challenges, we were able to get Josephine and Billy's open, and Apothecarry is a cover store for that. So it's nice to be able to have our very first physical location where people can come and see an Apothecarry showcase. So it's really trying to find that balance and all of those things, and taking the good with the bad. after 7 years in this industry, that's all you can do.
And Esther, have you seen? I love your products.
Thank you.
Listen, I have a little bit of everybody something.
Well,
So tell me, how have things changed for you in the last year or two, and what challenges have you seen as you've tried to grow and develop and had to deal with the challenges of a pandemic and being a small business owner?
So we are relatively fortunate in a certain aspect because we were predominantly online going into the pandemic. So we had kind of like a bit of like everything's happening, what's going on, struggle to adapt. And for us, what we found is, the growth that it offered was predominantly allowed us to hire people for the first time.
Nice.
So a lot of the struggles, to Whitney's point, I think I've lost 3 shipments now of accessories, and every time it hurts. It's just like, oh, but we've always tried to be real calculated and ship in small, just because customs are there. It's a whole world you don't want to experience. But the biggest thing for us has been just hiring team and people being kind of all over the place now. We went from having the initial foundational team based in San Francisco. 2 of myself and one of my partners moved to LA peak pandemic to start building up a stronger operation and kind of meeting more business owners in the LA area in cannabis. And then we have employees in multiple time zones, as far away as my VP of sales is part-time in Africa. And it's really cool. But at the same time, it's hard to kind of get everybody in a sense of community, and everyone is on like different time zones and making work-life balance when everybody is also trying to do their job in wherever area of time it's in. Is definitely been a little bit of a struggle, but for the most part, we're really proud of the way that everybody's kind of pulled together and adapted this past year.
Good. And Meryl, to talk to you a little bit about Urban Outfitters, that's huge. So like, how does a small business owner get into a national brand like Urban Outfitters with cannabis products? I want to know.
Well, so yeah, I mean, it has been our longtime vision to really be a bridge between mainstream retailers and cannabis market and cannabis consumers. So because our sort of core product, our herbal blends, contain no cannabis at all, but it is really intended to be used with cannabis, that was our foot in. Same as they have like some pipes, they have a lot of matches. So we really are able to position ourselves in this ancillary space. And then we built out our sales strategy to really penetrate both the cannabis and the non-cannabis markets. So we're stocked in all of the Sunnyside dispensaries throughout Illinois, Massachusetts, and they brought us into Arizona as well. But then we also have a bunch of like lifestyle boutiques as well that we really do quite well into. So we brought on a sales person that was really focused on these larger accounts and tasked her with going after really key accounts like Urban Outfitters. Whereas we have another salesperson who's really specifically focused on more boutique sales, and we're going to start expanding her into the dispensary space as well. Every salesperson is different. They all have their own strengths, their own network. And so really asking one person to expand into such a wide range, it's setting them up for failure. So we really wanted to be really specific with the types of accounts that they're managing, just to make it cleaner from a outreach perspective, but also to really help the business where we're going. So yeah, we're pumped about it. It's just online, but everyone go out to their online shop and purchase us, and we'll keep coming back.
Yeah, and please, everybody, go visit these ladies' websites, their businesses, support them. This is how we're successful, and they have great products, great services, and it would be really, really beneficial for us to support these ladies and for us to be the examples of successful business here. So what advice would you ladies give to women, people who are interested in starting a business in cannabis? We talked a little bit about the need that it's not necessary to touch the plant. There are, ancillary products and services and businesses. So what advice would you give people about getting into this industry and at this stage of the game?
Yeah, I can start. I would say, with well, it's not even just cannabis businesses, but I would say with any business that you're doing, for us, having a great partnership and a great team between my co-founder and I has been essential. We've started out as friends. We've been friends since college, and that is our friendship is really the foundation of our relationship. She actually just had a baby 2 months ago. And so managing that, I feel like I have my business relationship with her, but my friendship side is so protective of giving her that space and that time with her family. And so having that real deep relationship has really helped our business and helped us in the decisions that we make. I mean, everything that we've done, we've defined our own version of what success is going to look like. And then our decisions lead up to that. So her vision of success was being able to have a family and being able to work from home and from the office and growing the company in a way that really makes sense. My vision was to be able, I'm back in New York, but I moved to Oregon just to get the company launched and started. And I was there for 3 years, and it's been able to move back and expand within New York, which is the city I love and my chosen home. So we really chose our futures and really envisioned what we wanted that future to look like. And all of our decisions for a business really funneled up to sort of that shared vision that we had together as a company and to give each other as friends.
Nice.
So I think its success is really defined by the owners and by you, and to not let sort of the market and all of these like larger influences that be tell you where you should be, when you should be there, and how you should get there. Because it's all a bit of a shit show once you get really into it. So it's kind of whatever is going to work for you at that time.
Anybody else? Advice?
I'll go. I would say that if you're going to be starting a business, especially in the space, be prepared to dive in headfirst into the deep end. You're not going to be able to do 70% effort. You really need to do, 110% into the business, or else you're just not going to succeed. And then I think in order to be successful in this space, growing your network is so important, and having a really strong network around you of friends and businesses, and having partnerships that you can work with other businesses, and other types of businesses in your actual space too. So your competitors, being friends with them is really important. And I found that volunteering my time and becoming an advocate in the space and an activist is so important, not only to the plant itself in this industry, but it's kind of what we all owe back, back to the plant. So I think it's really important to find where you can help, volunteer time in a way that fits your life. But just being involved is going to be important in so many aspects.
Yeah, I always tell people, like, if you want a business in cannabis, then you also should be advocating in cannabis as well.
100%.
It's very important. Okay, Whitney, you got some advice?
The first thing I always tell people, because a lot of people say they want to join the cannabis space and they always like, oh, I want to grow. If you cannot keep a houseplant alive, maybe growing is not for you. Maybe you should look at the skill set that you have already and figure out how to translate that into the cannabis space. Yes. I came into the cannabis space with the skill set of branding and marketing because I spent many, many years working in the entertainment industry. I came in as a senior vice president of development over at Warner Brothers Telepictures, and that's how I came into this space. And I spent 7 years in ancillary before I jumped over into the licensed business world. And open JB. So I think that experience, being able to use the skill set that I already had to transfer into this space, really helped me be able to build something that was substantial. And the barriers to entry are lower on the ancillary side. The amount of financial lift that is on the license side is absurd. It's just straight up absurd. So I encourage people to really think hard about the way in which they want to come into the business, think creatively about that, and be strategic in the way that they come. And then also remember that, women have have such an opportunity in this space. And I would hate to see anybody dumb themselves down or believe that they cannot be successful here. My favorite quote in the world is, women who seek to be equal to men lack ambition. I'm not here to be equal to any man. I'm coming for everyone. Coming for all heads. So if you're going to come in, come ready to fight, because this is not an easy industry. It is not what people tell you, where the money's just flying around in the air and we're just pulling it in. The industry is soft. The illicit market is hard, and is coming for all the dollars. You really have to come in gunning with a really clear idea of the demographic that you're going after and a really good game plan. But if you come hard and you're ready to work for it, the opportunities are here.
Yeah. Okay. I think, who didn't we hear from? Esther.
Oh, I can. Just a lot of what Laura was saying is very much how I feel, especially in the space where you are largely fighting against regulations that are above anything that a single business owner can do. Your network is incredibly influential. Had it not been from somebody who I would consider a competitor taking time to walk me through how to fight a customs seizure, I would not have known anything about that. And so the industry and the people that have been in here and that have been fighting to kind of bring the industry forward are also looking for, they're able to share their experience. And if you're in it for the right reasons, there's a lot of people who are willing to give help. I would say for women specifically, just the network that has been underlying throughout this industry has helped us, and it's been really a backbone for resources, be it through helping find fundraising, for partnerships. It's definitely something that, if anyone is trying to get into the industry and has any questions, or just make sure that as you're bringing them through, invite them to the parties that they need to be at, and really taking the time to get them in the spaces, in the rooms that that they need to have access to, that they might not know about yet. That's really what I'm passionate about, bringing people in.
Oh, and then one of my last questions that is a little outside of the box, but thinking about the industry right now, if you had to give someone advice about an area that you think is lacking in cannabis, that needs businesses, needs people active in that part of the industry, what would it be? What would you be encouraging? Where are you seeing the voids in the industry?
I think for us, our biggest challenge is turnover, not as a company, but within the cannabis industry itself, especially within the retail markets. So we have a THC line I mentioned in Massachusetts. It's in Oregon, and we're launching in California in spring. Actually, Whitney, we're launching with Raven's company. Yes.
That's so awesome. I love that.
I know. So, Raven is our producer, and she's going to be helping us bring this product to market. So we're hyped about it. But the bud tenders, they'll stay at a dispensary for a month to 3 to 6 usually. And so getting them to really buy in and educate them, and then have some kind of system in place to make sure that whoever new is coming in. I also think too, as the market matures, we've seen with cannabis prices, there's a very strong narrative of the higher the potency, the higher the value. And that leaves a lot of customers like myself who prefer to smoke more lower dose, really out of the conversation. And so getting that education from inside the retailer space and that advocacy inside the retailer space is a big gap for us. And so I definitely think there's a lot of space to be improving in sort of retail specific customer and bud tender education, and getting those incentive programs and those brand programs really ramped up. It's a big challenge for us for sure.
Yeah, I think if people are educated well enough that they can execute their job, they can educate the community, and we're talking about bud tenders, educate the patients and people who are coming in, and they're realistic about the job that they're stepping into. I think that's another thing. People have an idea like, oh, I want to work in the cannabis industry. I want to be a bud tender. And they think it's going to be like, I guess, reggae and, smooth
and they're
music all day, and they just get to chill out. And really, you need to be knowledgeable about strains. Yes. You need to know how people are using this medicine, and how it affects their body and how it interacts with things. And these are things that you need to know, and you can be really caught off guard and feel inadequate if you don't know that.
From a forward-looking perspective, right? Only more and more states are coming online And that means that more and more consumers are entering a dispensary for a first time. And really, when they're looking for products, it's like this is one of the fastest growing consumer segment. But the dispensaries are still very much operating in a week by week scarcity mode because the retail dispensary space is a very financially tough one to be in. So it's a bit of a challenge. So I'd love to throw that out there for one of the women in this group to tackle, because it's certainly an opportunity.
I got you on the education part.
Great.
I think to that point, it's both sides as well. Even with some of the larger MSOs, like I have people that every time I've placed, it's like getting into the store again every 3 months because of turnover on that level. And I think a lot of that comes with the issues in fundraising and how difficult it is to just have access to funds, be it loans or any type of money in the industry is very scarce at times. And that's definitely things we've hit on, or be like, I don't even know who to contact for this PO that's past due or whatnot.
You other ladies, any challenges, any voids, any areas that you think people should zone in on right now?
I would say locally here in Massachusetts, we have an issue with not having enough labs for lab testing on the cannabinoid side of things. It's an expensive business to start. That's why I kind of hesitate saying there's a gap there, because it is a difficult business to get off the ground. But that's a huge gap that I see. And just consistency amongst different labs. You can test the same like extract at 5 different labs, get 5 different cannabinoid profiles. And it just makes like the infused product space difficult to kind of just to participate in. So I would say that's something I see. Obviously nationally, that's a different conversation. But our license here in Massachusetts requires us to use Massachusetts labs. So that's like a huge void that I definitely see.
And Whitney, I just, what you have done with your dispensary has been, made national news, is historical. Can you just talk about how you envisioned your dispensary and came up with the name and the meaning and all of that good stuff for us?
Sure. So Josephine & Billy's is my dispensary. It opened last month. So it's been a labor of love for 3 years. I'm a social equity applicant in Los Angeles. I partnered with my business partner, Ebony, Mickey Anderson, and we went headfirst into this for the last 18 months to get this baby off the ground. Josephine & Billy's is named after Josephine Baker and Billie Holiday, who are 2 women of color who were persecuted for their cannabis consumption and yet used their art to fight against injustice. And they rejected the mainstream and they wrote their own rules, all while holding the door open for other women who would come after them. And for us, that is goals AF. And so my goal was to have a dispensary that was focused on women of color, which is a demographic that I felt like was ignored by the industry. And I felt personally ignored because, I came to cannabis later in life. I didn't use it in high school. I didn't use it in college. I came to cannabis because a doctor suggested it to me when I got diagnosed with anxiety. And it was really hard to find information and insight about the plant and really learn how to put it into my lifestyle. And even more so, I had to really work to find information on why I felt so negatively about cannabis. I really had to dig up and learn about Harry Anslinger and the war on drugs and all of the impact on my community. And I wanted to see what could we do to make cannabis more accessible to the community, and also be able to give that sort of insight to the community that almost has a PTSD. When your community has been hit hard, disproportionately disenfranchised by a war on drugs for years, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, wait, no, I'd much rather take that opiate pain pill than try this cream on my knee or this patch on my back or this tincture under my tongue. And we have to be able to have these conversations. It is this kind of trauma that happens for people. And so we wanted to make sure that we were educating our customer base that, cannabis has been plant medicine for 3,000 years and was prohibited for 70 years, that it was more, widely used than Tylenol prior to 1920. And we've got it prohibited by a man who said reefer makes darkies think they're as good as white men. And then in the way that we present the plant, to the point of all these ladies, we designed our store by terpene profile because we think it's a better way to for people to understand how the plant is going to affect them, how it's going to make them feel. We all know sativa and indica aren't really good indicators. And so we wanted to have people be able to walk in and have a really great idea of not only how the plant's going to affect them, but how to find other things that will be useful for them, and to be able to expand the things that they were using, and to bring all those things into a world that is a tea pad, essentially. And tea pads were places in the 20s and 30s where people of color used to consume cannabis because they couldn't go to speakeasies. So there are places in the Harlem Renaissance where people of color would come together and speak big ideas from across, all verticals, musicians and activists and poets. And we thought that this would be a really great world to be able to bring those people together. And so we went out and I raised money in the middle of a pandemic and was able to raise $1 million, and brought on lead investor was TPCO, which is Jay-Z's, their chief visionary officer. And we opened last month. So it's been really exciting.
Oh, wow. Thank you for sharing that. It's been amazing watching the inception and everything coming together. So really excited for you. And you did bring up something, and I wasn't even going to get on my little soapbox about it, but you started talking about PTSD, which is one of my major focuses on educating our community who has suffered from multiple traumas just from being poor or just from coming from a certain area. And, how have you seen cannabis helping people with PTSD? And you talked about it from a couple of different ways. So, being able to talk about the trauma that people feel that is keeping them from the plant. So they're afraid of prison. That's all they related to. And,
that part.
And then the trauma of just everyday life, and really helping people understand that there's alternatives to pharmaceuticals to help treat PTSD, especially in urban communities. That's not the first group that we think of. We think of veterans, who are very important to us in our community as well. But PTSD is one of the major qualifying conditions that are across the country is really starting to come to the forefront. And cannabis is a leader in managing those symptoms. So anybody want to talk a little bit about my PTSD and how they've seen their products or people that they've interacted and who have been dealing with that, how they've dealt with it, either with your products or cannabis or the community?
I mean, we've definitely seen it within the store. I've seen, we've had a focus on trying to bring in an older demographic. When we're talking to people who are 55 to 70, being able to bring them into the space. And I had a woman come in, in tears, just because she hadn't been to a space that she felt welcome in. And she was like, I've never been to a dispensary that had Black people on the walls. Or had, that I could read our history like this. And she said that she'd never felt at home like that, which was significant because it just opened up her willingness to listen and try some different things for healing. And she's become, a customer that I see on a weekly basis now. And so it's those little things of making people feel seen, feel heard, feel validated in a space that really make a difference. I think that it becomes the power of women working in this space. I think that we do a much better job of that in a lot of ways. But I think that it's really an important part of what diversity will get you.
Because that's part of trauma, not having a space where you feel comfortable. That's traumatic. So thank you for sharing that. And so I think that we are going to be wrapping up in a second. So if everybody could just go around with any final words, any final pieces of advice, and how we can all reach you. Let's start with Whitney. Bam, Whitney popped up. So
there we go. Final words. check out our website, www.theapothecarycase.com. Like I said, we are having a 20% off sale of all of our cases for the holidays. We would love to have your support. Also, give us some likes and follows on social. You can find us on Instagram and on Facebook. If you are in the Los Angeles area, please come by and check us out at Josephine and Billy's, 1535 West Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in beautiful South Los Angeles.
I mean, I'm feeling like a trip to LA. I
saw you in Vegas. I'm like, you should have came through. Just kept on pushing.
I know. I swear, soon. Okay, Esther, you popped up. So.
Oh, I'm next. So I thank you all for having me. We are Session Goods, sessiongoods.com. We'll be running a bunch of various sales. I think we're actually doing a giveaway right now as well through our social. We're giving away 2 products to you and your best friend that you smoke with. So tag your friend on our socials. You can see us there. I am also based in LA. Whitney, I think I've met you at an event, but I'm definitely going to check out the store now that it's open. It sounds amazing. And thank you so much for having us.
And I saw Eliza put in the chat that she's ready for a trip to LA too. So, let's coordinate, Liza. Hi, Laura.
Hi. So I first want to say thank you, Women Grow, and everyone who is part of this. This is so inspiring. So many badass women on this event, and I'm just so grateful to be here. Really great to connect with everyone too. So the Healing Rose, you can find our website. It's thehealingrose.co.com. On Instagram, we're _. You can find us on Facebook, The Healing Rose Boston. And then I'm also on LinkedIn, so feel free to connect with me on there. Again, we are doing holiday bundles, 46 to 49% off, 3 different bundles. And then we're also doing like 25%, 20% throughout the rest of the month. So feel free to go and check us out.
I know what I'm getting my mother for Christmas. Meryl.
Thank you guys so much.
Any final words?
Thank you. And I guess for anyone that's curious about getting into the business, let us know. Please reach out. I'm always happy to connect with other young women in the space that are looking to get into it. Just repointing to our women-owned bundles on the site. So if you're looking to support a group of women-owned businesses, we've got you covered. We're kicking off a giveaway next week. Thanks for that reminder. But our giveaway, we did it last year, and it's our 7 days of giveaway. So we're partnering with 7 different women-owned cannabis brands and giving away 1 product each day, and then a big grand prize at the end for all the goods. So you can follow us on barbari.shop on Instagram, as well as on our website, which is barbarishop.com.
I can't wait to go shopping and check out everybody's websites. And Meryl, I'm going down to Urban Outfitters and see what's going on down here. We got one right here in my local neighborhood.
It's just online to start. But
just online? Okay.
The whole world is available.
We're going to go online and check out all these ladies' products and support them. And thank you all for being here. If you want to find me, my website is gocannahealth.com, and I do education classes and helping people navigate through Connecticut cannabis legalization. So reach out to me. Again, it's Kebra at gocannahealth.com. And thank you, Women Grow. Thank you, Gia and Tanya. Y'all are the best. I love y'all.
I mean, did you hear those incredible businesses? I'm here writing notes. If you were to see behind the scenes, I am all up in the chats. Like, I am fangirling out here. I'm so grateful to each and every one of our showcase panelists today. There's something I learned. There are several things I want to purchase. And I say congratulations to each and every one of you. And so I hope you all will shop diverse, will shop small, will shop women-owned businesses. And so yes, this concludes our first installment of our CannaBusiness Showcase Holiday Special. Our next one will be December 10th. But in between, please be sure to pay attention to our stories, to our timelines, where we'll be sharing more posts and more information about other women-owned businesses you can support during this holiday season. Because again, don't forget, and I know some of the women said that if you do not order by the 15th to get that holiday gift by the 25th, please remember that here at Women Grow, we continue to celebrate the holiday season through January 6th. So please, please, please make sure that that you stay with us, stay tuned, and encourage your friends, family to support women-owned, diverse-owned small businesses. Whitney, love the meaning of your dispensary, and that's so critical and so important. And each and every one of the women, I love that someone's product is there at Urban Outfitters, or that Laura brought one of the twins on. I love that. And Meryl, thank you so much. I mean, that bong, did you guys see that? Or is Esther? No, it was Esther who had the bong. But listen, thank you all so much. Again, this is Gia Marone, Women Grow. Curaleaf, thank you so much for always being an incredible partner with us. We'll see you next week. Have an amazing weekend, everyone, and happy holidays.